Hey guys, and welcome to a Nihils guide. So this guide I'm going to be showing you how to kill the Nihils, specifically the ice Nihils, because the other ones are, in my opinion, not worth as much to kill as the ice. But this guide will just show you how to kill them efficiently, what gear you should use, the money and experience you can expect. But let's get straight into this. First up, let's talk about the gear. So the gear that I use my Ascensions, I use my full Arma, and I'm wearing a Slayer helmet. It really isn't required to have one, obviously, unless you're on task. I'm not on task like in this video, but I didn't really feel like changing to an Armadillo one, and I just, it's just part of my preset. That's just how it is. But any amulet could work, Fury and above. Cape, pretty, self-explanatory. The two items that I do recommend having, or the three actually, is the 6-age circuit, which is the ring, which you're going to have anyways if you have Nihils unlocked. And then the Shard of Zeros, which is from the Fate of the God quest, that makes it so Nihils are not aggressive towards you. So definitely wear that the entire time you do this. As for an aura, I would recommend either Vampirism or a Prayer aura, because they do drain your prayer a lot. As for my inventory, this inventory is kind of like for 30 minutes, so just a little bit longer than a task. You can obviously downgrade or upgrade the amount of items in this, but I use extreme ranges, and I use prayer renewals. Obviously you can change to an overload if you want the defense, but I think it's a little too much more money, I guess. You do need a lot of prayer, so I brought a lot of super restores. You can use prayer pots or even super prayers if you do have them. They drain your prayer like a lot because they just have a draining kind of effect. I would bring 5 to 10 food in your inventory, and you're gonna have a yak summoned or a steel titan depending on your preference. I have a yak because I like it to bank a lot of things, but try a steel titan if you want to. I didn't really care to try it. It probably might increase the kills per hour, but then you can't pick up the feathers and the unicorn horns as efficiently. So I'm using a yak, and I have a few foods and a few more prayers and stuff in my yak, and I would definitely do that if you're using one. Obviously you can use a tortoise if you don't have a yak. The other 3 items in your inventory are the Charming Imp. If you have it, it would definitely help picking up the Elder Charms. They don't drop any other charm other than that, but it's something you don't have to worry about at that point. The yak scrolls are good so you can bank stuff, and then Tokelzo is for banking. That pretty much goes over the inventory. You don't really need to do more than that. Let's go and show you how to actually kill them now. So to get to the Nihils, go in your gear and then use your 6-age circuit, teleport to the world gate, and once you're there, just activate it. If it's all messed up, you're gonna have to look up a guide to make it so you go back to Runescape. But go to the pit, so that's number 3, and then you'll be in the Nihils area, and then run in there, try to get the message, and click the second option, and that's spawning the Nihils for Slayer and or normal combat. So I spawned them, and now here we are at the Nihils. So there's 4 different Nihils. There's the blood, there's the smoke, shadow, and ice. All of them have their advantages and disadvantages, but I'm not going to get into that. I prefer the ice because their drops are just so good. They drop 4 Lantidimes at once when they do drop them, and that's like the main money you're going to get from here. So let's just start killing them. Turn on your prayers. I would recommend Soul Split and a normal range prayer. Turn on your Vampirism or Penance. I already used mine. I would recommend having a Revolution kind of bar. Just normally kill them and use thresholds as much as you can. Do that kind of thing. But the thing is, if you don't kill them fast enough, they will hiss. Whenever they say hiss, that's when you use your freedom or your anticipation, depending on if you can do it fast enough. Another good idea is just to do anticipation close to the end of the kill if you do have it, so they don't stun you. The special effect of the Ice Nihils is that they stun you, so that is kind of like the bad part of Ice Nihils, but their drops honestly make up for it, and you will see that in the price checks and stuff when I get later. I did do a 30-minute test so you guys can see what I got, and as you can see right there, I did get hissed. So that's when you do your freedom and then you're all good. So it can kind of get hectic, focusing on your HP, your prayer, because as you can see, while you're watching this, my prayer is going down extremely fast. It's definitely good to keep track on that and keep on restoring your prayer. And another thing is they have an extremely rare chance of getting a Zerite bow. So that's like 1 in a million. Don't even expect it. I shouldn't even mention it because no one here is most likely going to get it. It's way too rare. But, that's just one thing you can look forward to, I guess, if you're going to camp them for days, weeks, months. I don't really know. They are really good money. So I do recommend, camping these if you don't like Slayer and you just want to camp a monster. As for the gear that I didn't mention, obviously you can drop some of the gear requirements. You can upgrade my armor. You can downgrade to RCB. RCB works. Zerite bow works. Cata crossbows work. Ascensions, Noxious bow, whatever. Just do everything that you can do. But I do recommend having at least an 80 weapon in ranged. If not, you're really not going to hit that much, but I mean, you can still get kills. Obviously not as fast as me. Yeah, that's basically how you kill these guys. Remember, you can use your Steel Titan if you really want to, but I mean, I honestly don't want to use it. But before I go into the price check and stuff, there's one last thing I want to tell you is these Icene feathers. You only get them from the Ice Nihils, but all of the other ones have their own type of non-tradable item like this. And this is a summoning ingredient, and you also get Elder Charms here as well, so that's part of it. You can make those into pouches, like, you know, after your trips and stuff, which I did in my test because I killed them for 29 minutes, and then I took 1 minute to make the pouches, and that's part of the price check. And each of these feathers, you basically can say that they're worth 60 mil to you, so definitely pick these up. Do not skip them. And they do add like 1 mil GP per hour to your price check. So I think that is a good explanation to you know, killing these guys. If you have trouble like with an ability bar, just copy my bar on the bottom, just zoom in, find out what they are, and go by the pictures, I guess. I'm not going to go into the detail of it because most people already have a bar, but yeah, let's go into the 30-minute test and see how much money I made and see how much you guys can make. I'll meet you guys there. So I'm back with my test of 30 minutes of Nihils, and as you can see right away, this is my range experience. I got 140k, or 104k, and if you double that for the hour, that'd be 208k range per hour, and that brings it out to about 160 kills per hour. And remember, this is off Slayer, so times everything by about 12% increase, and that will be probably your Slayer rate. But as you can see in my inventory, I have a lot of cash, and the reason is I got 100k in coin drops, and then 540k came from selling the pouches that I made, because I did get 10 pouch ingredient things, and I bought my own energy, and I took that out of the profit. So like I sold them all for 780k, but it was 240k in energy, so it was roughly 540k profit from the 30 minutes of Nihils with the feathers and the charms. So that is part of the price check, because that took literally 1 minute basically, and I killed them for basically 29 minutes, so it comes out to about 30 minutes. And I did price check this a little second ago or whatever, and it's a lot of money, and I don't know where all the money's coming from. I think it's the Lantadimes, so let's price check it. And as you can see, I got 3 million loot in 30 minutes. You do have to consider the fact that it is like 500k in just like supplies and stuff per 30 minutes, because you use a lot of prayer. So that would bring it out to like almost 5 mil an hour, and I'd like to say this is close to 4 to 5 mil an hour. I'm just gonna say it's 4 mil plus an hour, because obviously people will be slower than me, and I did use ascensions and all that. So you really can't get this extremely good money if you don't have the max gear. And you also have to consider the fact that I did make the pouches, so if you don't make the pouches, then you won't make as much money. So definitely 4 mil an hour guaranteed, honestly, if you have 80 plus gear. If you have, you know, max gear and you make the pouches, easily 5 mil an hour. And that, with Slayer, I mean, that could be 5.5 million. Just remember, it probably is because of these runes, and the Lantadime seeds are extremely expensive, so you do have to keep that into consideration for your money. So I would definitely try this out. It is 200k range an hour. That isn't that bad, especially with all the money you're gaining. So I do recommend going here, and I hope this guide helped you guys get through this. I know it is kind of hard to fight the Ice Nihils with all the prayer and stuff, but it really is worth it, and never skip these tasks if you can get them. So thank you for watching. Hope it helped you a lot. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good day.